I've been using Top 1 Future for the past 30 days and now I'm ready to tell you my honest review. First, I'm gonna give you an overview of this proffer. Then I'm gonna show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow. After that, I'm going to log in my account to show you the backend and to give you a tour of the trading platform that they use. And finally, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons of this proffer. If at any point during this video you also would like to try Top 1 Future, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description and using the coupon code STKTRD at checkout. In fact, as you can see right now, by using that coupon code, you're always gonna get a 50% discount no matter the size of your purchase. So, if you're serious about using Top 1 Future, I suggest you follow those steps. And now, let's start with the review. So, I'm currently on the home page of Top 1 Future, and a few of the things that we can immediately see about this proffer is the fact that they offer 24/7 support and they have an average payout speed of 3 hours and 23 minutes. Additionally, they give you the opportunity to manage up to $450,000 in simulated funds, and you're going to keep 100% of your first $20,000 in sim profits. Two more numbers that I would like to show you about this proffer are 600 and 4.9. In fact, as you can see from this Trustpilot page, Top 1 Trader was able to get more than 600 reviews with an average score of 4.9, which of course is a sign of a trustworthy proffer. Besides what I just showed you, there are a lot of other reasons that made Top 1 Future one of the best future proffer currently on the market, and here we can see some of them. For example, they give you the opportunity to pick between a one-step or an instant sim funding. Also, they don't have any limitation when it comes to news trading, and they give you the opportunity to trade without any daily drawdown, and when it comes to the end of the day drawdown is based on your balance and not on your equity. Additionally, when you purchase your first account, they also give you a free practice account so that you can get familiar with the trading platform or even with future if, for example, you were used to trade forex. In this way, once you start trading with your real account, you don't risk burning it immediately. Also, they have no hidden rules, and as I'll show you later once we start talking about the challenges, every rules that you need to follow is perfectly laid out, and in case you have any doubt or question, you can ask the support team and they're gonna ready to help you 24/7. Also, Top 1 Future gives you the opportunity to become a live funded traders. This means that instead of trading with a sim funded account, you're gonna start trading with real capitals on the real market. And one of the major advantages of becoming a live funded trader is that at that point you won't have any cap on your earning potential. Finally, once you purchase an account with Top 1 Future, you're also gonna get access to a future trading course and to 30 days of live trading coaching. Talking about the coaching, your teachers are going to be some of the best future tradings, and if you watch trading videos on YouTube, you can probably recognize some of these faces. To be more specific, once you get access to the Future Academy, some of the content that you're gonna be able to watch are a one-on-one future trading course that in my opinion is really helpful, especially if you're coming from Forex, because of course when it comes to future there are a few nuances that you need to know, like for example how contract works and how to read the DOM. Then you're also gonna get access to tutorials on how to use Project X, which is the trading platform that Top 1 Future use. You're also gonna receive a guide on trading psychology that, as you might know, is crucial when it comes to become a profitable trader. And finally, you're also gonna get access to content related to entry and exit strategies, so that both your psychologies and your skills are gonna get to the maximum level. The last thing I would like to talk about before showing you the challenges is the Top 1 Future Discord community. In fact, I really enjoyed this server because I think that currently is the right size. In fact, it's not too big that your message are gonna get lost and you will never receive a reply, but at the same time it's not too small that if you post a message you're gonna have to wait hours before somebody just acknowledge it. More specifically, beside the general chat, which is where you can have your day-to-day conversation with the other traders, the two other channels that I like the most are the Trade Ideas channels, where basically other traders share their trades idea, and of course you can do the same and receive a feedback from the community. And the other one was the Share Your Payout. In fact, in this channel, the traders share whenever they receive a payout. And I find this to be motivational because, of course, it shows you that other traders are succeeding and that it's possible to make money with prop trading. But most importantly, it also shows that Top 1 Future is a platform that pays traders and that you can trust. So, now that I give you an overview of Top 1 Future, let's talk about the type of challenges that they have. As you can see, currently they offer a one-step challenge and an instant sim funded. Now, when it comes to the one-step challenge, the size goes from 25,000 till 150,000. And if you remember before, I told you that the maximum allocation that you can have is 450,000. And the reason is because each trader can have maximum 3 accounts. So this means that if you have 3 accounts of the maximum size, you're gonna end up managing $450,000. Now, the first thing that we can see are the prices, which in my opinion are pretty affordable when compared to other prop firms. Now, the profit target to pass your challenge is 6%, no matter the size of your account. When it comes to the daily loss limits, it's 2.5% and is based on the balance. Now, talking about the specific rules, I really like how Top 1 Future handle it. In fact, when it comes to daily loss, first of all, this is not a hard breach rule, but is a soft breach. This means that if you hit this loss limit, you're not gonna lose your account, but you're gonna simply be locked out. So this means that for that day, you cannot trade anymore. Additionally, once you are at checkout, if you want, you can select the add-on no daily loss, and in that case, you won't have any daily loss applied to your account. When it comes to the maximum trailing drawdown, and is always calculated based on the highest balance at the end of the day. Even if it is a trailing drawdown, it's not gonna follow you forever. In fact, once your profit equals to the maximum trailing drawdown plus $100, the drawdown is gonna stop and is gonna lock at that amount. So let's say that, for example, you have a $50,000 account. Once your balance reach $52,100, the trailing drawdown is gonna lock at that amount, and as your balance increase, the trailing drawdown is not gonna follow you. As I was telling you before, the drawdown mode is based on end of the day. The maximum contract size varies based on the size of the account, and it indicates the maximum amount of position that you can have open at the same time. The minimum trading days to pass is 1, so this literally means that you can go from the challenge phase to the funded phase in just 1 day. You don't have any consistency rules during the challenge phase, but you have a consistency rules of 25% once you are funded, and this is based on your profit, but every time you request a withdrawals, the consistency rules is going to reset. You have a reset fee both for the challenge account and most importantly also for the funded account. So this means that if you breach your funded account, you can simply pay a refunded fee and receive another funded account without having to go through the challenge phase another time. Every account has an activation fee of $149. The payout can be requested either every 14 days or anytime if you select the add-on, and as I was telling you before, you cannot have more than 3 accounts. Now let's talk about the instant SIM funded. Now, when it comes to the type of account, the first thing that you might notice is that when it comes to the fee, it's not a monthly fee, but is a one-time fee. The sizes are the same, in fact they go from 25,000 till 150,000. Also in this case, the daily loss limit is set at 2.5% and it follows the same rules of the one-step challenge, including the add-on that allow you to not have it. When it comes to the maximum trailing drawdown, also in this case is 4% of your initial balance and is going to trail you until you reach a profit that equals your trailing drawdown plus $100. Also in this case, the drawdown mode is calculated at the end of the day. The maximum contract size varies based on the size of your account. The payout can be 14 days or any time if you select that add-on. And in this case, the consistency rule is lower compared to the one-step elite. In fact, it's only 20% of your profits, and every time you request a withdrawal, is going to reset. Finally, also when it comes to instant SIM funded account, you can have a maximum of 3. So now that I show you what type of challenges Top 1 Future offer, let me show you a few rules that in my opinion you should be aware of. The first one is that you cannot hold trades overnight. In fact, by the end of the trading days, all positions need to be closed. And probably if you come from a Forex background, these rules may sound a bit strange for you. The reason is because when it comes to trading futures, the margin required to day trade is a lot lower compared to the margin required to hold the trades overnight. And probably for liquidity reasons, Top 1 traders have decided to implement this rule. Next, you are not allowed to use any type of expert advisor or bots. In fact, using one of those two things to trade will result in an account suspension or termination. Talking about account termination, here you can see a few of the prohibited trading practices. Personally, I haven't found nothing groundbreaking. In fact, they pretty much have the same prohibited practice of all the other prop firms. For example, you cannot utilize non-public or insider information, you're not allowed to front-run trades placed elsewhere, and you're also not allowed to exploit errors or latency in the pricing. What surprised me a bit is this rule related to the minimum trade time. In fact, as you can see, all your trades need to be open for at least 10 seconds. And I think that they implemented this rule because they probably don't want to deal with those traders that are going to open a trade 1 second before the news is released, see the price spike, and then close the trades a few seconds later and profit from that movement. So if you're somebody that on average all trades for less than 10 seconds, I'm already telling you this is not the platform for you because you're not gonna be able to pass any challenge. Lastly, since we were talking about passing a challenge, I would like to show you what is the path to live that you can have with Top 1 Future. In fact, this is a platform that can allow you to trade with live capital, and a few of the advantages of becoming a live trader is the fact that you're gonna be able to request daily payouts, you're not gonna have any maximum withdrawal limit, you're not gonna have any consistency rules, and you're also gonna have the opportunity to scale to up to 2.5 millions in capital under management. The transition to live is pretty straightforward. In fact, once you're gonna request 3 successful payouts, a risk manager is going to review your account, and if he thinks that you are ready, he's going to move you to a live account. Lastly, let's talk about how Top 1 Future handle payouts, because let's be real, we're all in this game to make money, and so it's our right to know how we're gonna get paid. So when it comes to the payout structure of this proffer, it's pretty straightforward. In fact, the more payout you request, the lower is gonna be the profit threshold that you have to reach. In fact, when you request your first payout, you're gonna need to achieve 5% profit of your starting balance. For the second payout, it's gonna be 4% profit of your starting balance, while for the third payout, it's gonna be 3% profit of your starting balance. And as you have seen before, once you request your third payout, you're also gonna get the opportunity to go live funded, and once you get to the stage, you won't have any profit target to meet to request a payout, and you're gonna be able to request payout every single day. So I would say that the payout structure of Top 1 Future is pretty straightforward, and it tends to reward traders that can prove to be profitable long term. So now that I give you an overview of Top 1 Future, I show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow, let me log in my account and let me show you how the backend look. So I'm currently inside my Top 1 Future account, and as you can see, the user interface is pretty minimalistic and intuitive. The first thing that you're gonna see is a summary of all your account. In fact, here I can see all the accounts that I currently have with Top 1 Future, and then I can sort them between active and inactive. Here on the left side, I have a navigation menu that allows me to move around inside the Top 1 Future backend. As you can see, I have the option to request a payout and to see all the payouts that I've received. I can request a certificate of a payout that, as I show you, then you can go on the Discord server and share. I can get access to all the contracts that I'm gonna need to sign as I progress my careers as a Top 1 Future funded trader. Then I can do my identity verification that is required not only to receive a payout, but also to get access to my SIM funded account and then to my live funded account. Then I can get access to a few trading resources like the economic calendar. I can have a look at all my billing information. And finally, here, where it says Top 1 Future Academy, I can get access to all the courses that I told you before. I'm not gonna show you inside this section because all these materials is only reserved to the people that have purchased an account. But as soon as you purchase your account, you're gonna receive your credential to access through an email, and then by simply clicking here and inserting them, you're gonna get access to all the material. And below it, you have the option to contact the help center. So now that you've seen how the Top 1 Future backend looks, let me log in into my Project X account and let me show you how the Top 1 Future trading platform looks. So I'm currently inside my Project X Top 1 Future account, and if you're looking at the screen right now, there are probably two things that you're thinking. Either everything that you're seeing right now on the screen looks really familiar because this is the same platform that other prop firms, like for example TopStep, use, or if you're coming from a Forex background, everything that you see right now looks completely strange and out of place. But don't worry, because in both cases, I'm gonna give you a tour of this dashboard and I'm gonna show you how everything works, so that even if you're a complete beginner, after it, you're gonna know how to move around Project X. So here on the left, we have the charts of the instrument that we're currently looking at, and in this case is gold, and we're looking at the 15 minutes time frame. So every candle is gonna be 15 minutes. As you can see here on the corner, there is the symbol of TradingView. This chart comes from that platform, and personally for me, this is a huge Pro. In fact, everything moves really smooth. Here on the left you have all your drawing tools. Here at the top, if you click on this symbol, you're gonna be able to add all your various indicator. You can change the time frame, you can decide which instruments you want to trade. So if you're familiar with TradingView, probably the charting part of Project X won't be a problem. Here you can select the type of contract that you want to trade, and when it comes to future, you need to know that you can either trade micro contracts or mini contracts. And if you scroll down, you can see all the various contracts that you can trade. As I was telling you before, now we were looking at gold, but let's say for example that you want to trade Nasdaq, you just need to click on it, and as you can see the chart has changed, and now we are placing order on the Nasdaq. You can decide what type of order you want to place, if it is market, limit, stop market, or trailing stop. Then you can decide the amount of contract that you're gonna trade. Remember that based on the size of your account, you have a specific limit, and also that in this case we are trading mini contract, so this is gonna be mini contract. If you want to trade mini contract, you're gonna go to come here, click here, and then select the micro settings. Then you can select the amount of contract that you wanna trade. Clicking here, you can change the number rapidly. In fact, as you can see, it's changing accordingly. And here, this bottom allow you to place the trade. So if you wanna buy 5 contracts a market, or if you want to sell 5 contracts at market. Here where it says time and sell, as you can see, you have an overview of all the orders that are being placed, so you can see what is the size, you can see at what price is what placed. Of course, if it's green is a buy, if it's red is a sell, and also you can see the time. Having this is really useful because it allows you to see what other traders are doing, and most importantly is something that you can really only use when it comes to future, because all the data come from a central exchange, contrary to Forex, where basically every broker can have different information. Here you have the DOM, which is the depth of market, that again is another way to see what other traders are doing in the market, and is something that you can only have when you trade future. And again, there are people that prefer to trade using this information, and so here at the bottom, as you can see, you have the opportunity to open order just by using this widget. Talking about widget, as you can see, each one of them can be moved around, and you can completely personalize your layout. In fact, as you can see, if I take this, now I have the opportunity to move it around. Let's say for example that I want to place it here. Now as you can see, they've changed position, or I can take it and let's say for example that I want to move it here. Now as you can see, the chart is being squeezed in the middle, and I have my order here at the left. Once I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing, I can come here, click on this floppy disk and save my layout. At the same time, if I want to reset my layout, I just need to click here, and as you can see, the layout goes back to normal. Here at the bottom, I can also have a few more information related to my trades. Like for example, I can see the quotes, I can see my trades, I can see my orders, my position, and I can also have more information regarding all my accounts. Of course, the tutorial that I give you right now about Project X is pretty surface level, but as I told you before, once you purchase your account, inside the Future Academy, you're gonna find a tutorial that is gonna teach you how to use Project X, and I'm gonna show you how to master every single aspect of this platform. Lastly, if you come here on the left side, as you can see, currently I'm in the trading dashboard, but if I want, I can also get access to the Trader Hub that basically show me the news events and the market calendar. Below it, I have access to the performance stats, so I can basically see a recap of all the trades that I took. I can see if I was profitable, if I was unprofitable, and all the various stats related to my trading style. And finally, where it says settings, I can change a few settings related to Project X. So, now that I give you an overview of Top 1 Future, I show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow. I log in my account, and I also give you a tour of their trading platform. Let me tell you what, in my opinion, are all the pros and cons about this offer. So, when it comes to the pro, the first one is the instant funding account. In fact, this type of account is pretty rare when it comes to future prop firm, and the fact that the Top 1 Future offer it is a major pro. In fact, if you decide to select this type of account, not only you're just gonna need to pay a one-time fee instead of a monthly fee, but you're immediately gonna get funded and have the opportunity to withdraw your profit without first having to pass a challenge. The second pro of Top 1 Future is the fact that they give you access to a practice account and training. In fact, as I told you before, once you purchase your first account, you're also gonna receive a practice account that you can use to familiarize with the platform and also to familiarize with future trading. And additionally, you're also gonna get access to a lot of complimentary training that is going to help you to become a profitable trader. And in my opinion, these two factors are a major pro because it shows that Top 1 Future is interested in see you succeeding and being a profitable trader. The third pro of this prop firm are the rules related to news and drawdown. In fact, when it comes to news, you don't have any limitation and you can trade any type of news. While when it comes to the drawdown, not only the daily drawdown is only a soft breach, so this means that if you hit the target, you're not gonna lose your account, but you're also gonna be paused for the day. But if you want, you can even purchase an add-on that is going to completely remove this rule from your challenge. The fourth and last pro of Top 1 Future is the path to live. In fact, this prop firm gives you the opportunity to become a live funded trader, and a few of the major benefits of this opportunity are the fact that you won't have any consistency rule, you're gonna be able to request your payouts daily, you won't have any cap on the amount of payouts that you can request, and most importantly, you're gonna have the opportunity to manage up to $2.5 million. Now let's talk about the cons of Top 1 Future. Personally, the only cons that I found about this prop firm is the fact that scalping is not allowed. In fact, as we have seen, you always need to hold trades for at least 10 seconds. As I told you, in my opinion, this rule is in place because in this way, traders cannot take too much advantage of the volatility created by news event. But at the same time, this also scare away traders that have a solid strategy, but unfortunately, their average trading duration is below 10 seconds. So, there you have it, this was my review of Top 1 Future. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try this prop firm, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. And once you get a checkout, if you use the coupon code STKTRD, as you can see right now, you're gonna receive a 50% discount no matter the size of your purchase. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!